Well guys, we have got two very difficult games ahead of us today in the form of RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen, and our European qualification for next season could hinge upon the last 4 games of the season upcoming in today's and tomorrow's episode. As we can see, we are not on the best run of form. We actually had a really good month of February. We obviously had the matches against Chelsea, which we managed to qualify. We had some good results in the league. And then we've hit March, and it's almost like these matches against Man City have completely knocked all confidence out of us. We then drew against Borussia Dortmund. We saw that last episode before losing again 2-1 to Man City, and that seems to have completely knocked the confidence of the players. We then lost to Wolfsburg. We did eventually beat Hanover, but we made a very difficult task of it, and we've just lost to Stuttgart as well. We've now got RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen, as I previously mentioned, who are 4th and 2nd in the league. Bayer Leverkusen are actually chasing the title. RB Leipzig are chasing Champions League qualification, although I would think now that Borussia Dortmund are a little too far ahead for them to catch up with. But we are down in 8th, and we really do need 4 very positive results over the next few matches in order to get ourselves back in the hunt for European football. We're going to be using this team to try and do that for the first match against RB Leipzig. We have got Castells in goal. Our back 4 of Cucurella, Delport, Kabak and Valdez. In midfield it's Neuhaus and Traore. On the left, Schubert. On the right, Techahoa and Maxi Gomez and Luca remain up front. I don't think this is the formation we'll be going with next season. I think we need to probably change this around a little bit over the course of the summer. And perhaps before we even start making transfers, we probably need to be thinking about what formation we are going to want to use. Maybe 2 different formations, a more attacking one and a more defensive one. Train those throughout the summer and then buy in our players accordingly, because it hasn't completely worked. It isn't really gelling this season. I really wanted to use a 4-2-3-1 because we have got the players for that, but that doesn't seem to protect us defensively. But equally, we're using a 4-2-4, which isn't doing that either. So I'm thinking maybe a 4-3-3 heading into next season might be a better choice, just to protect us a little bit more at the back, and maybe we stop conceding quite as many as we are at the moment, because we do concede a huge amount of goals. Of course, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like down below. It's always very much appreciated. And if you are new to the channel or new to the series, please hit the subscribe button as well. We're on our journey towards 100 subscribers. And if you do want to watch along with this journeyman, subscribe to the channel. It would be very much appreciated. We aren't seeming to actually here really produce a lot against RB Leipzig. We are giving up both possession and shots at the moment. RB Leipzig playing all in black. We are playing in our home white and blue kit today. And this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. It is just a Castells, not the goalkeeper we want. Definitely not the goalkeeper we need. We have already got a replacement sorted for next season, I think. We are just waiting for confirmation of it. And I believe it's a better goalkeeper than Castells. But we'll keep that under wraps until it is definitely being confirmed it's a goalkeeper. We're trying to sign on a free from the Premier League, who I think is very capable and a much better option than Castells. But equally, I just don't think we should be conceding this much. I blame it on Castells a little bit, but I can't pinpoint exactly where it is that we are conceding all these goals. We seem to be really leaky as a back four. When you look at our players, I don't think necessarily we should be. We aren't getting a lot of highlights here either, although we are on attack here. Techahoa to Luca now. Luca back to Techahoa. Techahoa through on goal. Can't make anything of that one. That's unfortunate. He has been burying those chances this season. Although, as we can see, he's on a 6.2 rating for this match. They're not having the best game you will ever have. He just got named as the #1 player in the next gen youth player thing that you get, that sort of names the best wonder kids in football, and Techahoa came first on that. So hopefully we can keep hold of him in the summer transfer window. he has got, I believe it's a £95 million release clause, and at the moment he's valued for about that amount. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a big Premier League club or a PSG, for example, come in and actually activate that in the summer. Would be very, very unfortunate to lose him. However, it would give us a huge amount of money to go and rebuild the rest of the squad if we needed to do so. And I do think we could do with bringing in, we've got some good youth players, but bringing in some higher quality first team players. Cucurella, he's one card away from suspension. I really couldn't care at the moment. Valdez here, holding up the ball, looking for a cross. Ozan Kabak here. It's been played through to Schubert. Schubert is going to pull one back for us here, bringing us level with RB Leipzig. We did need that goal, definitely, and hopefully we've got about 24 to 25 minutes left with injury time, I'd imagine. Hopefully we can go and grab another late goal here and turn this tie on its head. Schubert running through there and knocking it past the goalkeeper. As it turns out, a very, very good goal for us. Can we go and get another one now? We've encouraged the team. Valdez starting us off again here with a throw-in. Traore now to Neuhaus. Gomez holding up the ball, playing it back to Neuhaus as he runs forward. Luca now trying to run onto that ball. It is cut out by an RB Leipzig defender. Of course, we did have a rebuild we did on the channel with RB Leipzig as well. If you're interested in that one, I'll pop that card up at the top of the page now. Go back, have a look at that. We did really, really well with RB Leipzig. If we get that amount of success with Hertha Berlin, I think we would be very, very pleased with that. But I think that is a number of seasons away. Luca running onto this ball. Luca gonna fire this one into the top corner to put us ahead in the tie. 2-1 now, and that is going to be all important should the scores stay as they are. It's a great ball forward here. Neuhaus to Gomez. Gomez to Traore, playing that one through. First time for Luca to run onto. He just dances away from his man before slotting that one into the goal. It's really, really essential at this point. These 3 points could be monumental come the end of the season. We encourage the team again, and we probably do need to make a couple of substitutions here. Neuhaus is looking quite tired, so we're going to bring on Egerstein here for him. And then I think our other substitution, I mean, I would say Luca because he's looking tired, but he's performing so well. I think I want to leave him on. The same with Traore. I think really we want to be leaving him on. So maybe someone at the back here, Delport could come off and Stefan Jaeger could come on. But Delport's not looking too bad, so I guess Ozan Kabak comes off instead, actually. And that is the remainder of our substitutions. We just encourage the team once again. Oh, we can't. We've just encouraged them. We can't encourage the team anymore. They're all encouraged out. Boss, stop encouraging us. We know what we need to do here. We need to retain our lead here, and we have managed to keep our lead here. 2-1 against RB Leipzig. Not the best performance we've ever seen, but 3 points on the board, up to 7th now. 3 points outside of those European spots. We can now catch both Hoffenheim and RB Leipzig. Hoffenheim we are playing in tomorrow's episode, of course. And this is the team we will be using for that match against Bayer Leverkusen, which of course is equally must win as the last match, and Bayer Leverkusen in fantastic form. I believe this is an identical side to the one we just used, with Castells in goal, Cucurella, Delport, Kabak and Valdez as our back four, Neuhaus and Traore in midfield, with Schubert, Tachahoa out on the wings, and Luca with Maxi Gomez up front. Don't believe we've made any changes since the last match. We did obviously just win against RB Leipzig, so with no changes needed, why would we make them? The team managing to perform to their best sort of ability last match and getting us that result, grinding it out when it was eventually needed. This Bayer Leverkusen team, though, of course, very, very much, I don't know if they're overachieving. We're so far in the future. I feel like they're overachieving, though. Second place, miles ahead of Borussia Dortmund, who are in third. And if they did win today, as we can see, they'd still be 2 points behind Bayern Munich with a couple of games left in the season. Bayern Munich obviously always super, super dominant in the Bundesliga. So to be that close to them coming into the end of the season is it's a very good performance in itself. Castells there once again choosing to launch the ball long off of that goal kick and barrow through on goal here for Bayer Leverkusen. I do think we're going to do exactly what we just did against RB Leipzig, which is go cautious and hope to control the match. The thing is, if we can control it, we are very, very good in front of goal. What we lack a little bit is performance in defence. Rodrigo here, I'm assuming that's Rodrigo, who normally plays for Real Madrid, has gone over to Bayer Leverkusen. Valdez has brought him down in the box. Bringing him down the box there, not an ideal situation. It looks like we're going to VAR to double check this, but it looked like a foul. I'm assuming it is going to be a penalty, and it's not going to be a great start against Bayer Leverkusen here, especially in the form they're in. If we're going 1-0 down, we are going to find it very, very difficult to come back against them here. And Castells is not going to get to that one. It's a very, very good penalty, as it turns out, but Castells not going to make a lot of effort to try and save it either. He does make a dive, but not very far to his left, not enough to cover that. And it is going to be 1-0 to Bayer Leverkusen within inside the first 10 minutes of this match. And I do think now we're going to find this very, very difficult to come back against them. And as we can see with this, it means Hoffenheim are going to be 4 points above us. We've obviously got Hoffenheim in the next episode, which is going to be all important, that tie. But equally, we kind of need to still be within a shouting chance of going above them when we do eventually face them, which does mean getting some sort of result here against Bayer Leverkusen. Even 1 point would be decent. It would at least leave us within a shouting chance. Obviously, 3 points would be preferable, but 1 point would do it and sort of at least keep us in contention, keep us within the conversation of overtaking them should we get a good result in tomorrow's episode against Hoffenheim. Valdez there clearing that cross from Bayer Leverkusen. It's a bit of an interesting start to a highlight. Bayer Leverkusen through on goal again here. It's crossed into the box. Castells this time making a really, really good save, but it is offside regardless, so it isn't going to make any sort of difference. Encourage the team again here, and do we need to start thinking about some changes? I think maybe after this highlight we might need to start thinking about them. A couple of tactical changes maybe. I'm not sure what they will be yet, but obviously this currently not working. Kabak's now got a yellow card as well. As we start this continuous highlight, we're just telling him to ease off tackles. It's once again a big long clearance there from Castells, which just returns the possession to Bayer Leverkusen. I absolutely hate it when goalkeepers just seem to want to clear it long constantly. I think it's absolutely useless. He does need to start just passing that out to defence so we can build from the back rather than trying to build from the front as it was. And Bayer Leverkusen there crashing that into the crossbar. It's a bit of a let off there for us. Schubert now to Luca. Luca trying to go forward. He is tackled but has regained possession pretty much instantly. Managed to hold the ball up long enough that we can get it back to Delport. And now we can start trying to build from the back, which is what I want off of goal kicks. Delport now over to Ozan Kabak. Back to Delport. Going to play that all the way back to Castells. He's going to launch it forward again. Maxi Gomez does manage to find Luca with his head though. Schubert into Gomez. Gomez with a shot, but it isn't on target. And that is a chance wasted there. And now we do probably, before we start this highlight, just need to think about some substitutions. Schubert can come off. We'll bring Kavarat on. He can play 75 minutes of football, so he should be good to go for the end of this tie here. Everyone else is performing okay, just not brilliantly. And now I do wonder, do we try and chuck a third person up there? What do we do here to try and turn the tides? We've still got a little bit of time, so I feel like if we just go positive here and maybe we can get the ball forward a little bit quicker. And actually, as I say that, let's edit this. I did change it to take long kicks on the last match because RB Leipzig was susceptible to that. It said in the build-up analysis to it, and I haven't changed it back. So I can't really moan at Castells for that. He is sort of listening to my instructions. Just he should know better. He should know that I hate long distribution. I've obviously just forgot to tell him to change his tactical stance that we used for one match against RB Leipzig. It was a one-off, lad. It wasn't a constant change. You didn't need to now revert to doing that. And all this going positive Malarkey's done has meant that now Bayer Leverkusen seem to be coming on even more to us. We were doing okay until this point. now we seem to be struggling a bit. We're just going to change this round. So Penna's going to come on for Luca, and I guess Techahoa we could take off, and we'll bring on Akahomak over on that side, and we'll encourage the team a little bit, and we have gone attacking now, which we're going to have to do with this short amount of time left. We're going to have to go as attacking as we can, really. So after I've just criticised what my goalkeeper is doing, it's going to have to be distribute, over defence, counter press, out of possession. We'll go higher all the way up here and tell them to get stuck in as well and try and get something out of this tie, because we've not got very long now, and I don't even know if we're going to get another highlight. Obviously this isn't big loss, we've actually just lost on the penalty given away inside the first 10 minutes, but that might well be our European chances absolutely dashed now. I don't know. I mean, we still can mathematically get into Europe. We are obviously 4 points outside of that. We've got a match against Hoffenheim. Who are Hoffenheim playing? Hoffenheim's last 2 games are against us and against Union Berlin, and then RB Leipzig, the other team we could overtake, are up against Augsburg and Bayern Munich. So they could drop points against Bayern Munich. Augsburg, I'd expect them to beat, much like I'd expect Hoffenheim to beat Union Berlin. So it is going to come right down to the last 2 games in tomorrow's episode. We are going to have to wait until tomorrow's episode, though, to hopefully secure European qualification for next season with Hertha Berlin. If you have enjoyed today's episode, of course, and want to support the channel, please do drop a like down on the video, because it really helps out with getting this video out to some people who might not have seen it yet. And also, if you haven't already and want to follow along with this Journeyman, which is uploaded daily on the channel, please hit the subscribe button now. Until next time, though, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you over on tomorrow's episode. Bye bye.